Hello and welcome to the Wonderland garden. I'm really behind on harvesting my garlic for this year. So I thought maybe you would like to join me and see how it came out. I've pulled a few already earlier this week because they were like, as you can see, all the leaves are brown on this bunch. So I had to pull those just to check on them. But I was waiting for after the full moon so that I could harvest them during the waning moon. And then just time got away from me, so if I pan up to the ones still in the ground, as you can see, they are turning pretty brown almost already too. These ones were totally brown. So you really want to harvest them when just like the bottom leaves are brown. But that didn't happen for me this year. But hopefully they'll still be okay. So on this one, I left the flower on it. It hasn't flowered yet, but hopefully it will soon. I just, for this one and this one, I just left them because, I don't know, I think they look really cool. So I always leave a couple, and these plants were really small anyways, so they probably won't have big bulbs at all. So, yeah, I just left the flower on to see them because I think they're pretty. They kind of look like fireworks. So yeah, we're gonna pull these up and see. Hopefully they came out okay and I didn't leave them in the ground too long. So if anybody saw the other video that I was doing, I noticed that there was some sort of squash growing over here, and I think that I just totally forgot that I did plant them. I thought that maybe they were like some seeds had fallen from a previous year, but I think I did plant these, but I don't remember what they are. They're either pumpkins or zucchini. This is radish that I had planted in the fall last year because I was just planting a cover crop in here originally, and then I decided to put the garlic in. Radish is supposed to help rejuvenate the soil, so that's what these little leaves are here. Hoaxsters, hello, how are you? It is a beautiful day here. I hope it's nice where you are too. We had a huge heat wave. It was like in the hundreds, and it was hot and humid and you couldn't go outside, but today it's like perfect. So we've got some cooler weather and less humidity, so I've been outside all day, and I thought that maybe you guys would want to join me. I did bring some tarot decks out. I've got a little blanket set up here, and I brought a little basket full of decks, so we can pull some cards later. It's in the 60s there. Wow, that's chilly. Well, I mean, to be honest, it was like, I think it might be just in the high 70s right now, and that's crazy for here. That's really cool for June. Gosh, so if it's 60s where you are, in Maine, it's gotta be 50s probably. My mom's probably like, oh my God, when's summer gonna get here? Well, let's clear some of this stuff out of the fairy garden here. 60s, that's crazy. I bet it feels nice though. Thank goodness you didn't take your vacation this week, because that'd be chilly. 60s at the beach, it's chilly. It rained and thundered last night. Oh, you must have had We had a storm a couple days ago. I wonder if it's the same one. It was very windy. So I was just clearing off the Mr. Owl here. Say hello. So we're gonna see if we can get some garlic out of this garden. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna try to like look at the chat, but otherwise, and we'll after I pull some up, we're gonna braid them together in clumps like this. So I'll come sit on the blanket and I'll be able to catch up on chat and everything. But thank you so much for stopping in and saying hello. Are you back to work yet? Or are you still on vacation technically? Cheers, what are you drinking? I'm making sure to stay hydrated. And I'm probably going to be moving the camera a lot, so just a warning to anybody that gets kind of sick or seasick when the camera moves. I'm probably going to be moving it a lot. Close your eyes when I do that, I guess. Alright, so we'll start at this end and move up from there. Oh yeah, wait, I pulled these up. I don't know what these were. I did not plant any beans, but they're like, they have these little seed pods on them. And they're, they rattle like a shaker, so I think I might save them. Anyways. I'm thinking they're just gonna come right up. Well, maybe not. Because I thought that because I left them in so long that they would just pop right out. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you can't. Back to work this Wednesday. Boo. I am actually off this week. It is mine and my husband's 10-year wedding anniversary, so we took the week off. So we're just having a staycation. Yeah, I kind of figured that these were going to be really, really small bulbs. The ones that I planted weren't very big, but so you really just want to knock off any dirt, and then you hang them to dry for 2 weeks before you wash them or clip the roots. So you want to wait about 2 weeks before you do anything. So you want to leave the dirt on there. It looks like they may have started to mold a little bit because I left them in so long, but hopefully hanging them for 2 weeks will dry them out. And it continues to form like this harder skin around it. Ah, Amber, hi! How's the weather where you are, Amber? Hoaxsters and I were just saying that it's very cool considering we were in the hundreds and now we're in like high 70s for me. Yeah, my shovel is about to go. It's bending on me. I really should have pulled these out when I pulled those other ones out a couple days ago, because we did get a big storm and a lot of rain. So that's like, if I left them in the ground longer, they'd probably start to rot. Like these ones are kind of moldy looking. So you just want to tap the dirt off, leave the roots, like tap it off enough so that it's not like leaving, you know, trails of dirt on your floor. So I just bunch a couple together and then I braid the remaining stems, and then you just hang them to dry. I'm gonna leave this one because this is the one that I left the flower on. So we'll leave this one so that it will flower. Just for my own selfish reasons. You're ready for October time? Well, 60s does feel like October time, right? Yeah, these are really small bulbs compared to the previous years. It's funny. Oh, did you see that one? Sorry. Hopefully this one will be bigger. Oh yay, this one's bigger. I'm not even sure where you can see. Okay, there we go. Yay, look how much different in size that one is. Yay. Wow, I think we're pulling these just in time. I think they were getting ready to start molding. And we're gonna move it back a little bit. Yeah, that'd be cool if they get bigger and bigger. Oh, this one's literally tiny. Yay! Okay, the ones over here are even smaller. I think they were actually a different kind, but I don't remember which is which, of course. Oh, here's another one that I left the flower on. Yeah, these ones are like really small. This one's super tiny. Hey Keisha, how are you? Hey Spirit, how are you? We are harvesting some garlic today. The weather is gorgeous. I hope the weather is nice where you are. We just came out of a heat wave and it's very refreshing to have high 70s instead of 100s. It's garlic day. Oh, little baby one. All of them? All of them other than the ones I want to let flower because they're pretty. Okay. Oh, good. Cooler where you are, Keisha? Lazy Sundays are the best, Spirit. Okay, where do I want to braid these? What if I just flip it? I'm still kind of learning how to do . it's gonna fall over. Oh, I'll put a book under it. Duh. Does this work? Sorry if I'm making anybody sick. Ah, the ground's not level. There we go. Then we can see? No, kind of. Well, I'm just gonna braid them. Maybe, so this is kind of a small harvest compared to last year. And I think I'm going to plant them earlier. I was waiting until the weather was getting cooler, and then like we didn't have cool days in the fall. Like we were still in the 70s and 80s, like up into November. So I didn't get them in the ground that early, but I thought that that was better. But I think like looking at these now, that I probably should have just gotten them in the ground. And we also didn't really have that much cold weather over the winter, and I think they need that cold weather to grow. So yes, motion sickness warning. These ones came out a little bigger, but I think they were also a different kind than this one. I think, so the ones that I usually like to order, they were sold out of, so I just like picked a random one, and those like molded in the mail. So when I got them, they were like moldy. So they sent me a different kind, and I don't remember what it was, but I think it was just like your classic Italian garlic. And yeah, so I think that was just like a smaller variety anyways. And then I don't remember what I think that these are just a different kind, so that's why they're bigger. So I've already pre-ordered my garlic. If you want to plant garlic in the fall, I order mine from So True Seed, and it's a company in North Carolina. And so they'll ship it in the fall, like when it's time to plant them. And that way I got like my purple, I like the purple ones. So I highly recommend that website. It's so, as in SOW, trueseed.com. So you can go ahead and pre-order any of your fall stuff now, and then they'll send it to you like when it's time. And I recommend doing that because the last 2 years they've sold out, and I haven't gotten the variety that I wanted. Oh my gosh, Bear Pup! Hi! Ooh, Carly! Hey guys! We are harvesting garlic today. Because it's not 100 degrees out. It's like perfect weather right now. I can't really see though. Yeah. So I'm just gonna take clumps of like 4 or 5 and then braid the stems together, and then I hang them to dry inside, because you want it to be cool and also out of direct sunlight. Yes, it seems like you've been on lots of adventures, Bear Pop. Whee! Maybe I can turn the camera down so that you see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh yeah, motion sickness warning for everybody. Gotta keep the vampires at bay. Yes, this is true. How do you know I'm not a vampire? Because I like to go out at night. And daytime is like... Ooh, mushroom hunting? Oh, yay, Spirit. I'm glad that you like outdoor streams. I just tried this the other day and it seemed to work okay. I was worried about like service and connection and stuff, but it seems to be okay. So put that over there. Grab another clump. So for those of you that are just coming in, I'm purposefully leaving them dirty because you're supposed to. You're supposed to keep the roots on and then keep them dirty and hang them to dry for a couple weeks, and then you can cut the roots off and wash them if you want. Oh yeah, my husband's working on his car, so that is what the noise is in the background if you hear random things. Hoaxer's a part-time vampire in the wintertime. Since these bulbs are bigger, this one had a hole in it. I don't know if it's gonna be okay. So something about keeping them dirty makes them continue to form like another layer of skin on the outside of it. So that's one of the reasons why you keep it dirty, but I don't really know why. What is the garlic going to be used for? I mean, I put garlic in everything. So this will last me at least 6 months, and then I'm not buying garlic ever. When I do have to buy garlic, like I buy those sleeves of like 3 bulbs, and that lasts me like a couple weeks. So I just, and it's actually really easy to do. It's like one of the easiest things that I've ever grown before. Like you literally just put them in the ground in the fall and they grow all winter, and then you usually harvest them a little bit earlier than now, but this, like I said, the season was like really off this year. Yeah, I can keep a few. You usually want to save like the largest bulb and plant that for next year. Like this one I might want to save because it's rather large. But like I was saying earlier, these aren't the variety I wanted because they sold out of the one that I really, really like. So I might not save them, especially these ones. Like these ones were so small. They're not really worth saving. But yeah, I mean, I could save, like you can save a whole bulb of garlic and just plant it. So if you find one at the store that you really like, save it and plant it in the fall. Put this small one with that one. Oh, I think the connection, is the connection bad for you guys? Whoops. There's this guy. I was trying to get the chat back out. Well, I hope the connection's okay. It seems to be not working very well on... I'm using the computer for the chat, and it seems to be pretty laggy. Yes, if you find garlic, send it to me. I love it so much. It's also associated with the goddess Hecate, and I like working with her sometimes. I think I actually did a Hecate ritual when I planted this, and I planted it at nighttime, like right before a rainstorm, and it was a pretty cool experience. Oh, this one had a flower on it. Whoops. Oh well. I've still got 3, so I left 3 in the ground for them to flower. I just noticed that this one still had a flower on it. Yay! Yeah, those pictures of the mushrooms, Bear Pop, are amazing. And the cool thing about mushroom is that, like, you want to pick them because that creates more growth for the mushroom. So you don't have to feel like you're taking too much. Oh no, my name's Allison. But people always get my name wrong. People always think it's Ashley for some reason. Okay. Now what? I do have my tarot cards if anybody... I go by 3 names. I mean, I go by a lot of different names, but it's my name is Allison. My family calls me just Allie. And sometimes Alley Cat. And a lot of people mistake my name for Ashley. I have no idea why. And I actually just met somebody recently whose name was Ashley, and people always mistake their name for Allison too. So it was like the opposite, and I was like, that's so crazy. Yeah, I don't understand the Ashley either. Like, and it even happens, it mostly happens in school or classes, like when they have the name like right in front of them, and I don't know, it may be something with the Y and the, oh yeah, I should type it. It's Allyson. That's easier, type it. We're in the sun now. But I did bring my basket of tarot cards if anybody would like a tarot reading. We've got the Alice deck, the Chakra deck. I don't even know what's available on the whatchamacallit, on the channel point thing. So the Angels and Ancestors deck, a Gemstone Affirmation deck. I might have to turn so I'm not in the sun though. And the Earth Magic deck. Maybe I'll turn this way so that my back is... Then I can Well, that's why I thought you were calling me that, hoaxsters, because of Alice. How do I get that to go away? This away? Yay, I'm glad it's birds and not... Last time I was out here, it was like children screaming. And I didn't really notice it, which is kind of funny, but then I watched the playback and I was like, oh my god, it sounds like there's children being murdered in the background. Yay! I just love looking at it. Smells good. Smells like earth and garlic like mixed together. Yeah, and I kind of like grab onto things that are earthy because I'm not earthy at all. So if I find something that I like that is very earthy and rooted, then I'm just like, that's my thing. That is my thing that's going to ground me. Because I'm usually not grounded at all. I also have some pumpkin seeds that I thought about planting in the space where the garlic was. But I really think I need to do like a cover crop because it's 3-year-old soil that I haven't really done anything with. So I think it's the why that confuses people. Well, what if I do a collective reading? Because I specifically brought the cards out like while we were like digging in the dirt and stuff, so maybe there's like a collective message that has been picked up on the cards. So let's do that. Thank you, Spirit. I love them too. I used to have another pair and they broke and I was just devastated. But I actually like these ones better because I don't think the other ones, I don't think the lenses were rainbow before. And they also fit over my like seeing glasses. So that's always nice. Because I've never forked out the money for prescription sunglasses, so agreed. Everybody, dude, I think you can get them on Amazon for not that much. There's another pair that I was looking at on there that looking through the lenses creates like these holographic hearts, so you're like everywhere you're looking is like a rainbow heart like in the air. I'm very tempted to get those. I think they were a little more, but dig deeper. What are we digging deeper for? Okay, I didn't even open a circle or anything. So maybe let's do that since we're actually facing the garden is in the directions of the 4 directions, so we're facing east right now. So we welcome the guardians of the east, the spirits of air, for the wisdom. May I be an open and clear channel to receive any messages that are meant to be received. And then over here is the south, which is the direction of fire, creativity, passion. We welcome those guardians into this space. And behind me is the west, and we have the pool over there representing the water element. We welcome them to this space, help us to stay cleansed and cleared. And then over to my left is the direction of the north. The guardians of the earth we ask them to keep us safe and protected. And we thank them for their groundedness and their stability. And we welcome any other spirit guides that would like to join us. No negative energies may enter this space. What messages do we have for the collective at this time? Oh, that chat's like really behind. Rainbow and hearts. Hoaxer's almost at the test. Hoaxers, do you know what element that you relate to anyways? Like what would be your airbender ability, or sorry, what would be your bender ability? Oh, and I think I found that on Netflix, so we can do a watch party. And I was asking about Sunday because I usually work on Sundays and I had this Sunday off, so I thought it would be fun to watch cartoons this morning. I don't even know what I did this morning though. Messages for the collective spirit. This is kind of an interesting message. The first card we have here is the Hierophant. And it's kind of a card of like traditional spiritual education, I guess you could say. But I really feel like this card in particular represents spirit guides in general, and I just kind of feel like this is just a message that we invited the elementals in to this space, and I kind of feel like they're here and watching us. And then the other card we have is the Four of Pentacles, and the number 4 in general represents this like 4 corners of a square. This is like foundation, structure, stability, but this is a card of kind of like holding things really close to you and not really letting them go. And I've really been like trying to learn more about like offering to the spirits, offering to the elementals, offering just to the earth in general. One of the exercises that we're kind of following in the Seasons of the Moon and Flame book that we're reading together in Discord that we cannot keep up with. But one of the exercises for this month, this moon cycle, is picking a tree and connecting with it. And I've worked with like deities a lot, but I've never really known what to offer to a plant or a tree. So I've been really trying to figure out like what I can offer or give to the tree. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and this again, I don't know, this message is just speaking to me about like that giving and receiving between nature, especially as we're harvesting this plant. I mean, I left 3 of the plants, like that could be considered an offering by like not taking 100% of the bounty, you know, and like leaving that. But honestly, that was for selfish reasons on my own part because I just wanted to see it flower. So I've been, I don't know, trying to, if anybody has any information about like what you should offer to plants. I mean, I've only ever, like in herb school, we learned to leave a piece of our hair whenever you are harvesting a plant, because it has like all of your DNA in it. So you're like leaving a part of yourself for the plant. So I don't know. It just, well, like obviously, like I water the garden, but that's not really something that's like coming from me, you know? And there's always, you can just make that connection with it, like touching it, like especially with the tree, like touching the trunk and like offering my energy to it. But I don't know. I've just been trying to come up with like different things that we can offer. You want fire element hoaxsters? You got a lot of fire in you. Tend to offer hugs to trees, yeah. And thinking about like amending the soil too. This is the only place that I've had a garden in the grounds, because I've mostly lived in apartments and I've had like container gardens. So I've never been in a place long enough where I needed to like amend the soil and add nutrients to it and stuff. So I'm not really sure. I've got some lessons to learn on. I feel like that could be part of an offering, especially if it was like exactly what it needed. Maybe there's like, because I've seen like teas that you can make to like add nutrients to the soil. I have a compost bucket, but like there's never enough to like do a whole garden bed. There's only like, the only way I could do it is like just like a sprinkling among each bed, and I don't think that's actually doing anything to the soil. And then like in the fall, I tried to do a cover crop that's supposed to regenerate the soil, but it didn't really do anything until like now they're growing. But I thought it was supposed to grow over the winter so that in the spring the soil would be like nice and fresh and rejuvenated. I don't know. What other message do we have? Ooh, crystals. Focus. I wonder, I mean, you could offer crystals to the... I had a garden stake made out of moss agate, and I can't find it. So they already took that back. They already took my moss agate offering. Firebending in the Avatar TV show looks the coolest to me as well. I'm totally gonna start watching the show, Folksters. I don't think I've gotten this card before. Let's see what it says. And mostly because I want to watch the movie again, but I want to watch the show first. The cover crop I got was recommended by the place I get the garlic from, and they were just radish seeds. So I just like threw a bunch of radish seeds in there. But it didn't do anything until now. I do have some radish coming up, but they're taking up space. Like it didn't work out how I thought it was. So maybe I should look into wheat. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. Because I still have some of the seeds inside. So here we see an amethyst crystal cave bathed in the water from a river. The points of light representing the spiritual force that these crystal beings generate. Amethyst, as well as other types of quartz crystals, have been used for thousands of years in magic and healing. as well as for intensifying psychic capabilities. Since its violet color is the same as the crown chakra, it has often been referred to as a spiritual stone. The name of quartz crystals, the second most common element in the Earth's crust, is that they help focus the power of our life force or spirit. Where attention goes, power flows, and crystals magnify this power tenfold. Our intention influences where our attention goes. When we're consciously aware of our intention, it facilitates the focus of that spiritual power and supports the manifestation in material reality of that intention. It is time for you to bring your complete focus to the subject of your inquiry. Eliminate all distractions and give this your undivided attention. Whether this is a project, relationship, or simply a relaxing time spent walking in nature, be fully present to the situation. This sharpening of focus will expand your awareness and allow your inner guidance to penetrate your consciousness, which can be parlayed into appropriate action. By being focused with crystal clarity, you are in the flow of your life force, and in fact have become one with it. It's not a hypervigilant or tension-filled state, but one of relaxed attention. Keep your eyes, ears, and heart focused on that which you need to pay attention to, and miracles can be created. To paraphrase a fictional elder, use the force and use it in life-enhancing ways. Use the force! That's kind of interesting. I kind of feel like that message in relation to like what I was talking about, like offering, like making offerings to the earth or spirit or whatever. I kind of feel like this card is saying to like sit and meditate here and like ask, like what do you need? What should I offer you? Because I just feel like so much of what humans do is we take things. We just take things from the earth and we don't even like think about it. And I am very grateful for this garlic, so I want to give something back. And then I have all, like, I'm going to harvest all of these herbs over here too. And it just feels like all I do is take. You're done with the show or movie either way. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix, so that should be easy to do a watch party. And free. Except I'm stealing my mom's Netflix right now. But in my defense, I provided her with free Netflix for like 10 years. And then we decided to cancel it. And then one day I was like, oh man, that something came on Netflix. And I was like, damn it, we don't have Netflix anymore. So now she has it. And I steal it from her. Alright, let's get a gemstone affirmation since we got this crystal card too. Nature wants love. Oh yeah, and that kind of brings up a good point too, Hoaxsters, is that like the other way that I make a connection to the earth is like releasing things, like releasing negative energy, letting go of my stress, like, so in that sense I'm like, I feel like all I give to the earth is like my negative bullshit that I'm trying to let go of. So why not sit and give nature love instead of the stress that I'm usually giving to it? What gemstone affirmation do we have today? Aquamarine. Aquamarine activates the throat chakra and helps you integrate all aspects of yourself to become a more whole, empowered being. It's a crystal of the sea with a calming vibration that enhances intuition, imagination, and creativity. Ancients believed it was the mermaid's treasure and brought protection, good luck, and happiness. Aquamarine is emotionally balancing and healing. The affirmation is, I am whole, empowered, and healed. I am whole, empowered, and healed. As I just knocked an ant off of me. Not doing a good job being nice to nature here, you guys. Oh my gosh, Hoagsters, really? Oh, we should definitely, well, what season does it start with then? I was thinking that'd be fun to watch the seasons in order with the seasons. We'll have to catch up to summer, because summer solstice is Tuesday. I have a special summer solstice stream planned, by the way, and I'm not going to be here for it because the flowers decided that they wanted to do some tarot readings on Tuesday. So there's going to be a flower, one of the talking flowers from Wonderland is going to be here from on Tuesday. I don't know what time yet though. I'm so bad about that. Spirit has been meditating out in nature, which has been such a lovely way to just be out in nature. Yeah, it's a very different experience than meditating inside. And in a way, I feel like it's easier to like drop into that meditative space because like you can just listen to all the sounds and feel the breeze and focus on your breath. It's just easier to like get into that space, whereas when you're inside you try to like recreate that sensation of like thinking of a breeze or imagining you're hearing ocean waves or something like that. Yeah, it's a cartoon bear pop. It's called the Last Airbender. It's a kids show, and they've made a couple movies, like live action movies, of it. But it talks about the elements, and they're like able to control. Each person is able to control like different elements. I think I would want water. I think that would be a cool thing to control. Hey Firefada, how are you? That was a wonderful stream the other night. So mesmerizing. Air doesn't have their, well, air is fall. What's the first season? Or what element is the first season? just coming in, we're pulling collective messages right now. But if anybody would like, I don't really have a queue going on, but if you would like a card, let me know. Can I pull a queue up? Let me see if I can pull one up. Why wouldn't I be able to? Like, why is this different than... Oh, because I'm not on the creator one. Oh, thanks, Hoaxsters. But I need to figure out how to open it. Okay, here we go. Whoops. Got it. Exclamation point Alice, if you would like some cards. I'm just doing random cards. I'm not really... I've got a whole bunch of decks here. But we need one last one for the collective. High Priestess, harness your mystic power. I really kind of feel like this connection is, or this reading is about like connecting and getting your answers versus like asking. I don't know if that makes sense. Like connecting to your intuition and connecting to spirit and nature. Align with the light and focus on all things positive. The High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has had many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar: fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the High Priest. She is joined by a black cat, representing the Egyptian goddess Bastet, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. Odin's so sad that we've been outside all day. Speaking of black cats. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with the energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. Posters, join the queue. Yeah, the answers are within. The guide resides inside. I like that. Hoaxsters, would you like all the cards? Do you guys need to look at the garlic again? Oh yeah. Good job, garlic. You did a good job. Growing all winter long. Where's this one? Oh. This one. Whoa. It's kind of nice to like release energy and like to do readings out here, to like release energy and then reconnect to like a different energy. It's kind of nice. Alrighty, what messages do we have for Hoaxsters today? What do you think, how are you feeling like now that you're having to go back to work soon after you've had a nice long break? The spirits like you, Hoaxsters. They're like, you should keep him around. Oh, and I assume we're just doing a general reading for you. Unless you had something specific you wanted to ask for. But that's just what came to mind for me, that you're getting ready to go back to work. The pool has two eyes. Those are my little floaties that I hope will prevent any squirrels from drowning again. But I took them out because I cleaned it earlier. So wait, really, how are you feeling? You have nothing specific for you. We have this Five of Swords come up, and it's kind of like feeling kind of resentful about something. Like how, so that's why I was asking like how you're feeling about going back to work, because that's kind of what that energy feels like to me. And then we also have the Eight of Cups right next to it, so this is a card of walking away from something. squirrel does need a ladder. I'm hoping that, because like when both of the floats are in there, it almost covers the whole circumference of the pool, so hopefully they can just like crawl on it and get to the side. I don't know. But you are walking towards something good. Let me see if I can hold all three of them up. Is this backwards? This looks backwards to me. But the first one, the five of swords. Oh no, it's right on your end. Okay. The Five of Swords is not really a good feeling, like just kind of like sometimes it can represent someone that is being deceitful, but it's just kind of like, it's like you got what you wanted out of the vacation, but you're kind of feeling like, or I don't know why I keep coming up with the vacation, I just know that you're like about to go back to work. I don't know if this is true for you or not, but this could be a totally have nothing to do with the being on vacation and going back to work, but it's just this feeling of like, I did this thing, I succeeded at it, but I'm not really happy with the results. And sometimes it's like you can see the two cards in the background, they're like, they're not happy, so it's like kind of about stepping on other people's toes to get where you're going. So sometimes it could be like having guilt about getting the thing that you wanted, but like it wasn't in the best way, it wasn't in the highest good for like everybody else. Oh, that could be your old energy before you went off. Okay. Okay, so that would make sense then, Hoaxsters, because you're walking away from this energy, and leaving it behind with the Eight of Cups, and then you're moving on to happy things with the Sun card here at the end. Okay, where else do you want to go? Let's pull a Earth Magic card. What Earth energy for Hoaxsters? This one. Ebb and flow. And look, you just came back from the ocean. And the ebb and flow is about like allowing yourself to have these ups and these downs and just wait for it to come back up again, and to not like try to push or change or control it, to just like let it flow on its own. And maybe you're kind of at a point where you're seeing that change in the ebb and the flow, because if like this is where you've been, I feel like maybe kind of you just like went with this energy and knew that it was going to shift and change and eventually get to the Sun part here. So like by allowing that to just go in its natural course or cycle, it's like bringing you to the happiness faster, maybe, instead of trying to control how everything goes. I want to see if anything jumps out about this ocean card. Ah! I'm trying to like be nice to the ants, but they're crawling all over me, and I don't know why. I am sitting on a picnic blanket, but I don't think I've ever actually had food on this before that I can think of. The ebb and flow of life is never more clearly represented than in the ocean's movements. The tides of these great bodies of water rise and fall in regular rhythms, and the waves continue to roll to the shores in endless and varied patterns, just as they have been doing for millions of years, and will continue to do so for millions more. These tides and waves maintain a relative predictability unless other unforeseeable forces of nature intervene, which have been known to happen. Hurricanes and earthquakes, for instance, can have a dramatic effect on the characteristics of both the tides and the waves. The oceans cover 70% of the earth, and the human body averages a composition of 70% water. Oh, I always thought it was 60. 70, that's even more. The dynamic gravitational interaction of the sun and moon that moves these massive bodies of water and creates the shifting tides also affect our human bodies in ways that we respond to instinctually, having had a great deal more influence over our moods and emotional states than we're aware of. An important aspect in the art of living is to move with the ebb and flow of your emotions, joining their fluidity but not being captured by it. It is also not necessary to become obsessed with any particular fluctuation in mood or feeling. They are simply emotions, often activated in ways that are completely beyond your understanding. When you neither minimize nor exaggerate the intensity and importance of your emotions, you then have a greater sense of when and how to express them. You have been fighting the ebb and flow of your own feelings, denying your hurt, anger, or sorrow by either attaching yourself to one or the other and nurturing it as if it was a nursing child, or else something over your feelings with more practiced responses that deny and hide what is going on beneath the surface of your expression. When you attempt to constrict yourself from experiencing your emotions, it is much like trying to stem the tides that grow even more forceful with every attempt humans make to control them. I'm trying not to control these ants, but it's not working for me. Allow yourself to swim with these variations rather than resisting them. I kind of feel like this is more a sign that you have been like going with the flow, especially if you're able to recognize that you were in this negative energy. You've kind of moved away from it and not letting, like, and the Eight of Cups is a water cup too, so it's like you're not allowing those emotions to overflow or overwhelm you. You're just walking away from them instead and moving on to better emotions, happier emotions. Okay, I'm glad that resonates then. Let's get a Gemstone Affirmation. We live right by a fire station. That's what all the sirens are. And a hospital is not too far too. Can we have a Gemstone Affirmation for Hogsters? Ooh, Sunstone. Sunstone activates the sacral chakra for leadership, creativity, passion, and enthusiasm. It fills you with optimism, openness, and warmth, and inspires consciousness and awakening. Sunstone is a great tool for developing leadership and organizational skills. When a decision needs to be made, Sunstone offers clarity and the ability to act in concert with a larger purpose. I am a natural leader. I enjoy and express my creativity and passion. I love Sunstone. I need to work with it more often. I'm gonna get a sunburn on my back, I can tell already. The sun is setting. See how, like, that's totally the direction of the west though, because the sun's setting over there where the pool is. Oh, you do know Sunstone? I feel like it could be a Sagittarius stone. It's got fire energy to it. See your seeds grow. Springtime. I kind of feel like this one's self-explanatory. Fertility, and to get like the rabbit and the sunstone of creativity and fertility. Do you have something creative that you're working on? We should do a coloring stream soon. I was thinking about coloring last night. Where is the spring card? What? Come on. Oh, there's two of them. What? I'm confused. I'm looking in the wrong book. I was looking in this book. And there's a spring equinox in this card, but I was like, this doesn't say spring equinox. There we go. Embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become reality. Spring is an exciting time because it has so much potential. Animals are coming out of hibernation, flowers are pushing up through the soil, and the days are getting lighter and brighter. The spring card features a wild hare because in Celtic animal medicine, the hare brings intuition and rebirth. Hares are highly fertile beings, and so their medicine can bring dreams to life. You are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to grow, expand, and create in a way you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth, and if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming spring will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. Was that all of them? You've been thinking of others, but haven't thought of creativity. Ooh, you've been coloring the Prideful Lion. I bet that's one of those ones that's gonna take forever. Sorry, now there's a glare on everything, so I'm like struggling to read. I have an idea. Let's move out of the sun. How about that? I don't want anything to overheat. Myself included. Okay, now I'll just rotate everything. Determined to get it done by the end of the month. I've been thinking about that with the one that I've been coloring on stream, because I only color it on stream, and I'm like, I don't even think I'm halfway done with it yet. And it's just like a little, like, it's not as intense and detailed as the one you're doing. Hoaxers, I love that you have the Sun card and Sunstone, and then spring too. It's like there's lots of light coming, light and joy and positivity coming towards you. And I think it's like about allowing your emotions to ebb and flow and not trying to control them. That is much better. The computer was getting hot too. Yeah, I'm not halfway done. We'll have to do a coloring stream soon. I guess we could try to color on Tuesday, but I think we're gonna be having too much fun to color on Tuesday, you guys. Did we miss any ducks? Got a shock for one. Sunny side up. Alrighty. Well, thank you as always, hoaxers. I hope you do have lots of sun and joy and happiness coming your way. Look at that ocean. Look at the sun, and like the sun shining in this card too. How it's like reflecting in the ocean there. Sunny things coming your way. I like sunny side up eggs too. How are you doing, DJ Jaffa? You are the sun. Oh, Leo Moon. That's right. Oh yeah, Vincent's over here too. Hi, Vincent. Hello. He has a... Oh no, what'd I do? He has a fireball that he's holding that doesn't work anymore. You're ready for new love. Ready for a new place to live. What's coming up for DJ Jaffa? I didn't bring my romance deck out, but we'll just see what these cards say. I am really enjoying doing this outside. Thanks for hanging out in my backyard with me today. Life and love. Life and love. What else is there? This patch of grass is a little bit lumpier than the other one was. Okay, so we talked about this card a little bit earlier, but I think it's in a very different context right now. This is the Four of Pentacles, and when we think about the number 4, we think about a square. A square has 4 sides. It's solid. It's the foundation of buildings, of life. So I like that this comes up when we're asking about like a new place to live, because you could kind of think of this as finding a new foundation, finding a new roof over your head. But this card also speaks to allowing for that give and take, to not be holding on too tight to your resources and thinking like, oh, I can't afford that place, I can't spend that much money. This is about like loosening your grip a little bit, and maybe, and I'm not saying to like go over your budget or anything, but it's also about when you loosen your grip, you allow more opportunities and more things to come your way. Like this little mouse is so like safe and comfortable in his little teapot, but if he poked his head out more often, he'd see that there's like plenty of these little prosperity cookies on the plate there. And combined with this Eight of Swords card here, this is like looking at this as a prison, but then we also have this self-made prison here also. The Eight of Swords is literally a self-made prison. You've put yourself in this box, and like again, we have the box of the 4 sides of the square, but then we have 8, and that's even more sides and more walls. So there's like something that is restricting you from opening your mind and stepping out of the box. Like, this is like, you need to step outside of the box and see that there's like a whole other world out there, a world of opportunity, a world of abundance. But when we get stuck in this mindset, especially if you're looking for a new place to live, so there might be like a time restriction on that or something. And so that again puts you in a box, like in a window, like I only have this amount of time to do this thing. And that again is a prison. Like, what if we allowed ourselves to be open to what am I trying to say? Unexpected opportunities to come in. Like, if you're looking for only one specific thing, and in the sense of love, if you're only looking for this one type of person, you're not opening yourself up to, like, what if there's something out there that you would love so much more, and that you would appreciate so much more, and would be so much better for you if you allow yourself to step outside of your comfort zone and step outside of the box that maybe restraints out of your control put you in, but it's still a box. So, like, just be more open-minded, I think, about when you're looking. But let's get some more cards here and see if we can get some more guidance for you. Oh, not running. Sorry, it's easier for me to read on here. I'm wanting to know how to not live with my folks and live with lovers. But not to run away from my problems. Yell set walls, get me out of here. I have been in a similar situation for you. There was a point in my late 20s, me and my husband had to move back in with my parents, and I hated it. I was like embarrassed, I was ashamed. I thought I should be doing better by now. I'm almost 30, like, I should have a better job, I should have a better life, I should be more stable. And that was me putting all of these restrictions. It was also coming in from society and like what my family thought, like, oh, Allison's moving back home. But that time in my life ended up being we lived there for like, I think it was 3 years, but in reality, I think it just felt like 3 years. It may have actually only been like 2 or something, but anyways, let's just say 3 years. Those 3 years were the last 3 years of my dad's life, and we didn't know that at the time. So it, like, unknowingly, like, it changed our relationship, because he got to know me as an adult and not as a stupid kid, and I got to see him as a person and not as a dad before he died. Like, we got to have that opportunity. At the time, I didn't know that, but there was this one time that I was just like, you know how you get in your head where you're just like, my life sucks, like, this is horrible, and you just like saying all these negative things. I was having one of those moments where I was just like spinning in my head like all these negative things, and literally, like, and this was before I really felt connected to my spirit guides or anything, something told me to shut up. Like, something was like, shut up, you are going to regret not making the best of this time. And I changed my attitude, I shifted my perspective, and I'm glad I did, because instead of like making the worst of that time, I decided to make the best of that time and get to know my parents and allowed them to get to know me. And 4 months after we moved out, my dad was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and he lived for 2 more years, but at the time that he got diagnosed, he had 2 weeks to live. And at least I had that time. I had those 3 years, because, and trying to make the best of it at that time. And it was, again, something outside of me was just like, get your shit together, like stop this negativity. And those are the last years I have with my dad. And looking back on it, I'm like, I don't really care that I didn't have a better job then. I don't care that I didn't have a place of my own. I don't care about that anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So Earth Magic deck. What messages do we have for D-Day, Dasha? I felt like I was doing this like walk of shame like every time I came home, because I'd have to walk back past my parents to like get to our room of the house, and I was just like, I fucking hate this. And something was like, shut up, Allison, you're gonna regret not making the best of this time. It was just crazy that it was, I don't know. Okay, we're releasing. Look, and it's almost the summer solstice. Radiance. The summer solstice is on Tuesday, you guys. Look at that sun. We're having sun energy today because we're sitting out here in the sun. I'm just saying, DJ, I know that was a really long-winded explanation. I'm just saying, I know what you're like feeling like. You're like, I just want to like get out on my own. I don't want to be here. And it's like, really, if you think about it, like, why? Like, right now, I'm trying to get my mom to move in with us. And because like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why are we not spending time together? I haven't seen her in 4 years or 3 years because of the pandemic. And it's like, why don't we share resources instead of her throwing money away on rent and living alone, and we could be together? I think we're seeing a shift in our society that, like, I mean, other cultures live with their parents. Like, why is it such a like shameful thing in our society? I mean, obviously, if you don't get along with them and it's not a healthy environment, obviously, like, you need to get out and find a new place. But I don't think it should be shameful, even if that is the case. So, the word solstice, I am too, Spirit. I mean, that was crazy. That was the second time that I had ever heard something before. I'm not a very audible or clairaudient at all, but there have been a few times in my life, and that was one of them, where it was just like, it was like booming from all around and within me. I was just like, oh, yes, okay, I'm listening. The word solstice originates from the Latin word solstitium. I'm probably not saying that right. Which means stationary or stopped. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Solstice means stopped. Okay. This is because twice during the solar year, the sun appears to rise and set in the same place for several days. It seems to be taking a much needed rest. Oh my gosh, I had no idea about this. This is crazy. It seems to be taking a much needed rest before making the next circuit across the sky. From one solstice to the next, its ceaseless, predictable certainty having existed since before the time of our ancestors, there are stories in many cultures that personify the sun as a deity, either male or female, often riding the sun across the sky in a boat or a chariot. With the summer solstice comes the culmination of the sun's travels that have led to the longest days of the year. The light is now at its fullest and has provided its own brand of nourishment to the land and all of its inhabitants. Celebrations and ceremonies abound. Passion and playfulness are themes. We feel an innate desire to be outdoors in the natural world and reap the benefits of the longest days of the year. We instinctually seek the light, and during this cycle, there is an abundance of it. I kind of feel like, other than the fact that we're so close to the solstice, I think kind of the message for you, DJ Jaffa, is maybe this is a solstice period for you, like it's a time of rest and like saving your money, not having to like work so hard, just because hopefully you're saving money. Like maybe this is just like a solstice, like a turning point for you of just stopping, seeing like what this means, and getting out of your head. Like I had to get out of my head and stop like judging myself and stop listening to like what other people were saying about me, and just really take the time to see what this time is meant to be, or how you can best use this time instead of like hating it the whole entire time. Oh, I don't have my alerts because I'm out here, but thank you for following. Welcome to Wonderland. We're hanging out in the garden today. It is !Alice if you would like to join for a reading. Just keep in mind we're doing pretty long readings today, just kind of chilling in the sunshine. So the rest of the message from this card is, let the radiance of the sun inspire your inner radiance to shine forth. Release your concerns about what may happen in the future and focus on appreciating everything you have that is good and right. Allow Father Sun to take away your worries and cares. Do something physically active to stimulate your inner light. Dance, sing, but most important, get outdoors. Do not let any negative thoughts or habits stop you. When you are in love with life, you naturally radiate that love. During this part of your cycle, your capacity to love is greatly amplified. And one of those supreme ironies of life, the more love you give, the more returns to you. It starts by allowing the radiant being you truly are to be expressed into the world. Smile a little more. Notice the beauty of nature. See the humor in the paradoxes of life. Show your love, especially to those whom you are closest to. Then smile even more and watch how the world around you lights up. Oh, Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind the trees? How does that song go? Anybody know that song? You lost me. Did my internet go down again? Yeah, it's !Alice if you would like to join. Okay, let's get some messages from the ancestors for you, DJ Dappa, and then a Gemstone Affirmation. I kind of feel like this reflects back to this card, like recognizing the beauty and the abundance that you have, expressing gratitude. Alright, can we have an angels and ancestors card for the sun is following us actually. Now where I was before is in the shade. Stargazer. We've got the sun and the stars here. Set your sights higher. Go beyond your limitations and believe that the impossible is possible. Do you ever remember wishing on a star when you were a child and in your innocence, believing that your wish could come true? The stargazer connects with the energy of the cosmos and reminds you that you have the ability to draw in support from the universe. His cloak with its sparkles of light shows that you are closer to the energy of the universe than you think. You don't have to go out looking for it, it's already there. So look beyond where you are and create even bigger dreams, visions, and goals, because with the power and help of the cosmos, those wishes can come true. I also kind of feel like comparing this to the message of the solstice card, and like allowing this time to rest and like have this be your turning point. Like maybe like really dream bigger and take the time to plan, because right now you're just thinking like, I want to get out of here. And then what happens if like maybe you do find a place and you get out of here, and then I don't know, you realize something, you're like, oh, I should have planned more, or I should have saved more, or I'd rather be doing something different, because right now you're just thinking like, I'll take any place, let's go. That happened to my parents one time. They were living with my grandmother because their house sold like super quick and they had to move in with her, and they were kind of taking care of her because she was older, but like it was just like it drove them all crazy, and they were just like, I want to get out of here. And they were looking forever, looking for houses forever, and they couldn't find one. And then finally they like one came up and they just kind of settled, you know, like they and it ended up being like this money pit. It like drained all of their resources, and it just like, because they were just so, they didn't care. They were just like, we want a house, we want to get out. They weren't able to take the time to get something that was like practical, sustainable, and that they loved. So maybe this is just giving you time to really like find that place that you really like, or find the person or the job or the thing that you really want, and it's gonna like be the best for you. And when the sun won't burn you, I'm gonna be burnt today. I already know. I'm like the whitest person on the planet, literally. But now I'm like starting to not be able to see. It should go behind another tree this time. Okay, that's a little better. Like, I'm not gonna move again and have it follow me. I think it, once it goes behind this tree, it's like down for the night. All right, and we can get a gemstone affirmation. I hope that like this, I hope that you're like resonating with the cards. And I know it's easy for me to have hindsight and recognize that like my experience having to live back home was like for the best. And I know it's not easy to see that now when you're like in it. We have a message for DJ Dafa, please. Sugarlight. Sugarlight is a master healer of pain and inflammation. Ooh, give me some of that. It raises your vibration to counteract illness and assists in physical recovery. It's a cleansing crystal that supports the immune system, soothes frayed nerves, and prevents disease. Sugarlight is also a stone of purpose and transmutation that powerfully opens the crown chakra for higher realm connection. Sorry about the noise. There's a siren and machinery going on. The affirmation is, I am worthy of healing and I welcome healing of all kinds. And I think this kind of like confirms or reaffirms the message of using this time to rest and like really like build and collect your resources so that when you're able to get out there. It's also a pretty purple color. Did anybody know that song I was singing about the sun? Is it hiding behind the trees? Hiding behind the clouds. The sun does want to shine light on all of this. You're resonating. Okay, good. Sun versus the tree. Who will win? I wonder if that means that like he finished the thing though. He's been working on it all day. Alright, well, good luck to you, DJ Dafa. I think one day you'll look back on it and be like, oh man, I wish I would have stayed there longer. And even just looking at like I moved out when I was 17, and I always wondered, like, would I have not had to move back in later in life if I hadn't have left so early? I like this card, it's pretty. Yay, it's Spirit's turn. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun. Yeah. There was something about hiding behind the trees, but then I was, like, when I said it, I was like, wait, should it be clouds? But I think it is trees. One day you'll look back and laugh. I mean, we usually do, right? All right. What? A week ahead reading, sure. Uh-oh. Is that a mosquito? Oh, I meant to bring my lighter. I went in to go get a lighter. And then let me run and grab a lighter before I start your reading, Spirit. I will be right back. It's probably too late now if they're already out. Oh my god, they're like swarming. Get out of here. Okay, thanks for waiting. Come on, tiki torches, do your thing. Alrighty, what does Spirit within human form got going on? This one really wants to come out this week. What is it? Ooh. Very nice. You just get to see my face before you see the cards. That's funny to me. Alright, what does... Alright, can I just have one card at a time, please? Does Spirit within human form have going on this upcoming week? Okay. So, these cards are just flying out. The suspense. The Three of Swords in reverse. So this is about like releasing things that used to hurt you, or letting go, healing from things that have hurt you, healing some wounds specifically around the heart. We also have the Empress, which also kind of gives me like a self-care healing sort of vibe. Specifically because like the White Queen is portrayed as the Empress in this image, and she's also the Queen of Cups, so that always makes me add this more like emotional element, even though the Empress is typically like your earth, like ground, like earth mother kind of energy. I feel like having the Queen of Cups in this image also has a more like emotional healing aspect to it as well. And the last card is the Emperor. So this is about like, I think this upcoming week is going to be very healing and self-care oriented, but like also giving you this like grounded stability and structure, like this grounded foundation to build on. Let's get an Earth Magic card. Uh-oh, I'm gonna close. Oh wait, I can just walk inside while I'm streaming, can't I? Oh well. Never mind. Okay, can we have some Earth Magic guidance for the upcoming week for Spirit within human form? The dodo bird is here. Oh, nice. Two of these wanted to come out. Dreamtime. This is a, like, I could hold this card up forever and I don't think you'd like get all of it. It's a very dreamtime, creativity. You could stare at this image forever. And lake stillness also came out. So especially combined with the Empress card, the dreamtime and creation. So this might be healing through creativity, or you're like, you've healed from things, so now you're ready to like start something new, birth something new, a new project or something. Let's read the stillness one because Never read that one before. The subdued pastels of the early morning light quietly announce that the night is over and the sun is rising. The lake itself hasn't awakened from its rest and remains still and undisturbed. It welcomes the coming day, ready to respond with grace and fluidity to whatever currents and movements appear in its belly or upon its skin. The surrounding vegetation thrives from the abundant water near the shoreline, and the unoccupied boat lies in waiting for its next passenger. Yeah, I lost my place. I just wanted to see the boat. It's in the deep internal stillness that we find our being and come to know that we are intimately united with all of creation. To achieve this mindset, we must slow down once in a while and get away from the surroundings of the intense environment. We can experience the sensation with steady, conscious breathing, or we can simply pause for a few moments and be still. I feel like even combined with the Dreamtime card that this healing might be taking place in your sleep, but also in some sort of quiet meditative or creating through meditation, or using creativity as a meditation. Gemstone Affirmation. Ooh, ended up getting a stack of Mom's poetry yesterday as it marked 10 years of her passing. Oh, wow. Wow. I could totally see how that would be really healing and like also inspiring, like your own creativity. We have a Gemstone Affirmation. Yellow Fluorite. Yellow Fluorite is a manifestation and money drawing stone. It activates the solar plexus chakra, helping you feel powerful and filled with possibility. Yellow Fluorite embodies the law of attraction in crystal form. This good fortune magnet is a great gem for business owners as it helps attract and increase clients. The affirmation is, I attract the resources I need to manifest my desires. And if this can also reflect back to the Emperor of like laying this foundation of some sort, maybe like a creative business. Are you working on a creative business? Oh, let me grab my water. Oh, yeah. Were you expecting this upcoming week to be like a healing time for you? Aww. Playing with manifestation and attracting the outcome. This feels like a very, very cool time. And you were talking about working on the, let me hold this up again because this image is so crazy. You were talking about working on that lion. And when I first pulled the gemstone, I thought it was tiger's eye at first before I looked at the name. Ah, crap. I didn't realize I didn't bring my charger out for my phone. Hopefully we'll have a little bit while longer. If I get cut off, I apologize, but I don't think we will. I think we have time to get through everybody. Ooh, creating a creative business, open to whatever outcome. So when we're thinking of like creativity and healing, like water energy is like emotional and can be overwhelming. I think the Emperor here is to like give you some sort of stability and foundation for it, so that you're able to like release these old things and birth the new things forward, without like flowing all over the place like this picture here. Even though that looks like a lot of fun, I think the Emperor is just here to like ground you into something. While exploring this like creative dream time, stillness, meditating, healing, watery energy, there's still like a rock or a root, so something connecting you still. I may have been wrong about it going behind the tree. All right, you know what? I think we're gonna have to go in. I don't know if I'm crazy, but I'm pretty sure my neighbors just yelled witch at me. But I need to charge my phone anyways, so let's plug the phone in. And it sounds like they might be like having a party or something, so, or like they just got outside, I don't know. You're welcome, spirit within human form. I'm glad that resonated. I'm sorry to like run away, but I was just like, I have anger management problems, and if they were saying what I think that they said, I just would have been, and sitting in the sun too long wouldn't have been good. I might be crazy. Move along, part 2. So I'm gonna run, grab the cards really quick, and I'll be right back. This is why everybody needs baskets in their life. Because you can just throw all your shit in it and go. Sorry that we won't be doing the readings outside though, because that was really nice. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let's see. And now I can see Southern Rage. How living in the southern U.S. tempers and anger flares more often. Well, because it's hotter. You're like physically hotter. But I don't like, I heard them say witch twice. And it sounds like they have a bunch of people over. So I just like, I don't even know how they could see me like with that high fence so well. The high fence that they put up. But yeah, thank you, Spirit, for hanging out with us today. And I wish you all the creative magic healing. And I hope that, I think that's such a wonderful gift to have your mom's poetry too. My dad supposedly wrote 2 novels and I never found them. Oh, you don't have a fence. Well, they put up the fence, and then I felt like I had more freedom to like do things out, like have ritual outside or ceremony or and they were really nice when we moved in, but then when they put up the fence, it was like, we don't talk to you anymore. Like, oh, okay. Okay. Feels good in here though. So Carly, it is your turn. I may have like misheard it. I don't know. That was so weird. I was like, what? I think like my husband was making a lot of noise too, so it's probably just better that we're in here. You're so excited. So anything in particular that you would like to ask, or just want to see what comes up? You're in between jobs and wondering how to stay positive. Odin, are you happy that we're inside? Odin's happy that we're inside. Oh, she won't let me sit on my ball though. No popping the ball. Okay. So how can Carly stay positive? Well, the theme of the day, the sun. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a really interesting group of cards to get. Let me move this out of the way. We have the Sun and the Tower and the Chariot. So I think this is just a really big transition for you, but it's going to bring you this happiness and this joy. And the Chariot is a card about physically moving forward, but also like on a spiritual level too. It's about being in a place where you have this balance. You've like done this healing work. You've allowed things. I don't think this is something that's coming for you. I think the Tower showing up here and being in the center. Let me hold all of them up. Having it being in the center of these two, I feel like it's something that like almost that maybe like you allowed it, like it sounds like maybe you left a job. Oh, you walked away last month. Okay. Hopefully getting child support and insurance for me. Yeah. I kind of feel like this is a good sign that like you allowed this thing to crumble, and maybe it's that like you understood that sometimes we have to let things crumble and have a totally different solid foundation, because we can't build on top of a foundation that's like not stable. Never really left a job without backup, but needed to honor my feelings. I think that like this is a really good message. Having the Sun and the Chariot together is, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat the Tower here because a lot of people find this scary. I feel like you have made this transition knowing that you needed to start from the ground up. And I love that like you honoring your feelings and wanting the best and happiest life for everybody involved, for the highest good, for the making these transitions that we need to make and transformations that we need to make. Typically the Chariot is depicted with like one of the animals that's pulling the carriage one is black and one is white. And so this is about like harnessing both of those energies, the dualistic energies, and running with it and like going for it. It's been a long time coming. And I mean, this Chariot is kind of silly. So we were asking specifically how to stay positive. And I feel like this card kind of speaks to that in the sense of like, how do we make the best out of a situation where you're literally playing croquet with a flamingo and a ferret, or what is it, hedgehog? I think they are. Like, how do we make the best of this situation? And I think you've kind of been doing that, just watching your posts on social media. Like, you are making time to play and have fun and to imagine and create. Maybe this message here is that like having the Tower in the center there is like the way you stay positive is remembering that like you did the right thing, like you did the thing that Spirit was pushing you towards, that was, like you said, honoring yourself. Can we have some guidance from the angels and ancestors for Carly? Oh, and you have this deck too, so you'll get to like read the whole thing. Any messages for the angels and ancestors? Follow the voice of your soul. You've already done this, I think. Heed the messages coming directly from your soul. And this has also kind of been like a common theme throughout the readings today, is like we're always asking for direction, and we're asking these questions. And even though we all know, like, when we get still, when we get quiet, when we connect with ourselves, when we connect with the earth, when we connect with nature, the answers just come. But a lot of us don't stop and have this stillness. So the star ancestor is a term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to healing and growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Often people feel a sense of connectedness when they look up into the night sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents. The star ancestor is reminding you that you have otherworldly support, and that your friends from the stars can help you if you are willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with and following your soul's deepest calling. There is a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world, and there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn in a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You are being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up your corner of the world. Continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way. Let's get an affirmation for you. I mean, I think like all of us in this community feel that way a lot of the time. Like, I feel more connected to like the sky and the stars than I do to like being a human. Like, being a human is hard for me. I'm like, what is this stupid meat suit? I want to be light and like flying through the air with the stars. Do you have a gemstone message for Carly, please? Oh, the Sunstone again. What in the world? The Sunstone activates the sacral chakra. Ooh, now I can show you some. The Sunstone activates the sacral chakra for leadership, creativity, passion, and enthusiasm. It fills you with optimism, openness, and warmth, and inspires consciousness and awakening. Sunstone is a great tool for developing leadership and organizational skills. When a decision needs to be made, Sunstone offers clarity and the ability to act in concert with a larger purpose. I am a natural leader. I enjoy and express my creativity and passion. Human is stupid for sure. I don't either. I mean, I kind of feel like I was watching the George Carlin documentary last night, and he was talking about how he thinks that like humans were a failed experiment. Like, we're destroying ourselves, we're destroying the planet, like we've failed at everything. But we're talking about positivity here. Sorry. Sunstone is in the center of this sphere here. So it's kind of like peachy orange. And it's paired with tiger's eye, and I don't remember what the other stones on this are. So here you go. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, we didn't do an earth magic one. Yep, we choose to be reincarnated as a human. Hoaxer's an illegal alien. Alright, we have an earth magic message for Carly. I mean, Sunstone is a really good card to work with when you're feeling down, because it is a stone of joy, like the warmth of the sun, that creative energy, optimism, openness. I should send you some. If I can find the one I'm thinking of, I'll send it to you. I have like a little generator. Oh no, wait. I think that's orchid calcite. We have an earth magic card for Carly. Ooh, Meadow Vulnerability. The meadow in this card invites us in with its beauty and openness. The flowers have arranged themselves in a poetic design orchestrated by nature, and the lush rolling fields urge us to relax and stay for a while. Yet for some, the idea of being in such an open space is terrifying, and in an expansive meadow like this, we may feel exposed and defenseless, lacking the perceived safety of an enclosed area. For others, walking through a meadow can be an exquisitely satisfying experience. We can feel comfortable in the openness and visibility, enjoying the 360 view with nothing but the sky above. Yes, we may still feel vulnerable, but with a twist, this is vulnerability built on the foundation of trust rather than fear. The capacity to trust our own instincts to tell us if there are any potential threats we must respond to. By relying on this instinctual knowing, we can relax and enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. You are in a place now where you can take risks with your feelings, and even more important, take risks with the truth of who you are, the truth you know in your heart and soul. You no longer need to be subjected to your conditional fears of letting others know who you really are. I feel like this message for you, Carly, is about what will help you stay more positive during this time is knowing that you made the right decision, so that there's like no doubt of, should I have done this? Oh gosh, what did I do? I think like it's a very clear message that you were meant to make that decision. You were meant to be starting with a clean slate, and this even said something about a foundation too. Like you're meant to rebuild this new foundation that's more stable, and it's a foundation built on trust rather than fear. There was one last message for this card too. Others may judge, evaluate, criticize, and perhaps even put you down. These are very real possibilities, yet by trusting that you have the strength to deal with these reactions rather than responding adaptively and always playing it safe, you can more confidently allow yourself to be vulnerable. Always holding back from expressing your truth can create an illusion of safety, but armed with your trust and your faith, you can choose to be vulnerable and share your authentic self with the world. Yeah, I mean, this was like totally the right decision for you to make. And now I think it's just about like, almost in the same way that we were talking to DJ Daffa about getting out of those thoughts of like, in their case it was like, I'm living at home, I want to get out of here. And in your case it's like, oh no, I quit a stable job. We need to get out of that. I know we're always saying to get into the present, but I feel like maybe, what am I trying to say? Like, we want to be in the present moment, but like switching it so that it's not negative, recognizing if you're able to see like what this pause is for, then you're able to move forward and plan and structure and build your foundation to be moving. I mean, I think that there's like something that you're gonna like learn out of this time and recognize that that's the direction that you're supposed to be going in. And what if like what if that is like streaming for you? What if you got back streaming and that's at least like a little bit of income coming in? I know it's not much though, but maybe just like enjoying this time, enjoying this pause will like open up another world of opportunity for you. If that makes sense. So that you can get on your flamingo and ride into this meadow with the star ancestors. I think it was the right decision, Carly, even though it doesn't seem like it. Well, if you miss it, why aren't you doing it? Okay, who do we got next? April, are you still here? Thank you for being so patient. I'm missing being outside already. That was fun. I'll have to do it at another time. If I did it during the week, they'd probably be at work and stuff. It's probably just because it's a Sunday. So next outdoor stream will be during the week, I guess. April. Oh, it lets me tag them, but I don't see them on the list of people here. Well, I'll give her a few minutes, and I'm gonna run and grab the garlic and we can hang it up. Yeah, see, we all miss your streams, Carly. I'll be right back, guys. drying rack over here, but I think you never really get to see it on the stream. What do you think, Odin? Can you see her? What do you think? What you think, Odin? Yo, you should totally do a cooking stream. I would love that. What do you think? Let's put the camera on the chair. Maybe. Will that work? I actually probably should take some of this down, because this is dry. Afina, what do you think? The heck? Oh. This I was just saving for seeds. I think they're lemon balm seeds. Oh, here's Athena. You guys never get to see Athena. Yo, girl. What's up? We know Odin's not a vampire. True that. Is he gonna eat it? That's probably not good for your tummy. Okay. Hey, for real, see, don't eat it. You can eat this one. I don't think cats can eat garlic, honey. No way. What else can I take down? Oh yeah, rosemary. I should have thought this through. Odin, what are you doing? Chaos. Chaos is happening right now. Okay, let's do this. I guess we need to do an apothecary stream now. So we've got rosemary and we've got nettles. Odin's on the spinny chair, spinning everything. Get down. Ah! Okay. Some more rosemary. Let's see here, get from back there. So Shane's having really bad luck with trying to fix his car. I feel bad. Okay. You gonna eat the rosemary? put in a jar. This is some chickweed. I'm glad you, oh no, now the cats are fighting. I'm glad you guys like the chaos. So this is chickweed that I think I'll probably make an oil on at some point. They're more entertaining than I am, I think. Athena's trying all of them. She tried the nettles, the garlic, and now she's trying the rosemary. And just so you guys know, I use these for personal use. So that's why I don't mind that they're like all up in it. Anything that I make for clients, like I have to do, you know, treat it like you would like a kitchen, like make everything sanitary and stuff. But their cat hair is in everything I eat anyways, so whatever. I wasn't thinking, I should have cleared this out earlier. So yeah, that'll make like a nice little massage oil. Oh, you want the twisty tie? Here you go. Like early spring harvest stuff than I thought I did. Oh, here's more chickweed. So there's Athena knocking over the camera. Here's some white sage that I harvested earlier. This is the first time I'd ever like taken anything from it, because they say in the first couple years they're like really delicate and should not be harvested. So that's exciting. Oh, this one has seeds on it. I was probably planning on saving the seeds for that one. Okay, I'm just gonna stuff everything in jars already. 5 out of 5 stars review for the cat stream. Good. So this is the stinging nettles that I'm always talking about, obsessed with. So I'm just gonna stuff it. Look how low I am on it. I'm just gonna stuff it in this jar. Because we're gonna need the whole rack for the garlic probably. Stuff all that in there. I could chop it up, but like, then if you chop it up when you use it, you're actually like getting more nutrients out of it than like letting it sit here all chopped up. So why not keep it whole? See, things happen for a reason. If I had chopped it up and like labeled it again, and then I wouldn't have learned that lesson. Okay, what else do we need a jar for? More sage and this is probably lemon balm too. That's lemon balm, that's lemon balm, and that is lemon balm. That's a lot. But I think I was mostly saving it for the seeds. Oh my gosh, it smells so good though. What is this? Ooh, this is mugwort. So this is mugwort, good for dreams and also digestion. Oh, cat cam's back. They got bored for a second and now they're back. Yeah, it's like kind of like being outside. Oh, I didn't see. Did Alice ever, or what was her name? April. Did April ever show up? I missed it. I think the mugwort I was just saving for the seeds because I didn't have any and I stole it from my neighbor's yard. So these are all seeds up at the top here. So I was gonna plant it this year, but I also transplanted some from my neighbor's yard. So I don't need the seeds, but I could save them anyways. You want that one? She makes the funniest faces. So if anyone needs some sage leaves, I have a ton of them. And I actually kind of like just lighting the leaves over lighting a whole bundle. Yeah, she's gonna throw that up in a second. This is about to turn into a cat vomit stream, I'm sure. Okay, but now we have room. Oh, one more stage. Woo! We had a bountiful harvest, even though we only harvested garlic today. Look at all this sage leaf. Okay. Content is content. You do not want a cat vomit stream. No. I'm gonna hang them in front, I think, so that we can all see them and watch them dry. Maybe? Can I? Will it go in front of it? Oh. Is that gonna be too heavy? One's right by your head. They're pretty heavy compared to the herbs. Look, it's like she's really underground. Like the roots are growing down into Wonderland. Yay! Yay! Oh my gosh. Really? She just like ran under them. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've got a huge mess to clean up apparently, but thank you for harvesting Wonderland or garlic in Wonderland. Look how pretty. Whee! Really cool, positive, sunny, vibey readings today. I will be back on Tuesday for a special summer solstice stream, so I hope to see you guys there. But again, thank you so much for hanging out with me outside. It was so much fun. Hopefully we'll get to go outside another time. Good night, Hogsters. Good night, Spirit. Good night, Carly. And anyone else who is lurking around, thank you so much and have a good night.